So there's an original you, and then you get stuck in the matrix, and there's another life, birth, death, rebirth. Isn't it convenient how you forget?
Everything. Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, this jig would have been up. Oh, another thing I'd like to say is I don't believe this thing's been going on for millions of years. Throughout the galaxy, maybe, but not on planet. No. This is a recent consciousness invasion, people. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee. We've done it before. We've seen it before. This is what they do. They travel through the universe. Just so crazy. I'm at the hairdressers, right, and they're really sweet. They're like, oh, we haven't seen you for a while. I'm like, yeah, obviously. And they were like, oh, you've got so much weight. What have you been doing? I said, I disconnected myself from the matrix. And they just, it was like wrong audience.
They're like, right.
Oh, they're cool chicks, but it's just, that's not their bag.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it was just so funny because I've been in this for so long that when I go into that, I'm like, I just talk normally and it's not always appropriate.
Oh, look, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do.
So
the length of time. So I totally concur on that one. I reckon it's only been like 100, 200 years. It keeps on feeling smaller because the thing is that when it comes to history is easily adulterated.
So we love New Earth now, don't we? We love that channel, New Earth. I'll post the thing. It's made me appreciate Harold.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Harold was far more...
It's like chalk on a fucking blackboard, but the information's priceless. I totally recommend it. Anyway, so she has compelling evidence. And when I say compelling evidence, you know, she's compiled it from a few places. I've seen it around before, but the way she's put it together is great. Bang, bang video. Just get ready to really work with some sound engineering.
There were some interesting choices there for sure.
Anyway,
but there's a lot of great points made. But what really interested me was how they easily corrupted history.
Oh.
How they easily changed it all. I mean, and it reminded me of a time. My mum, she grew up in the communist Czech Republic, right? And she was of the generation where she was born when that system was already up and running.
Oh, yeah.
So when she was at school, they had changed the history already. They were teaching a new history.
Wow.
And that they would come home, and my grandmother, who was a teacher at the time, she would be hearing she'd have to teach the syllabus, and she'd also be hearing all these kids saying these new different sorts of things that happened in history that didn't happen.
Oh, you know.
And you know, there they were.
To stamp it out of two generations.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe 3 max. What's that, 300 years? I reckon all that stuff that's surfacing now of Atlantis and all that, that was when they tilted. It's like everything fucking went under. Do you know what I mean? It's not that old.
No, I don't think so. It feels like I can really feel how the illusion of how long it's supposed to have been gone for. Like I can feel the imprinting of that. But whenever I go back into the organic timeline, I get that it hasn't happened for that long. Yeah. It's not that long. It's very embodied that I feel that truth.
But see, that kind of feeling that comes with that has come because the co-opting of the glands, the co-opting of the parts of us that read the energy with Mu, that read the energy and know, like they can see it clearer. It's like we're getting out of the dream, out of the haze, out of the brainwash, the brain fuck, and the signals aren't touching us.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I'm not saying, oh, you know, that makes us special. What I'm saying is fucking do it, people. And, you know, you too can have some fun. But,
well, Moo's available for everyone. It's like we're all supposed to be organically living with her. So it's kind of everyone can do this. It's not.
No. And on that note, look, if you're having trouble, we're fucking here. You know, listen to the videos, whatever. I mean, book a session. That's all I say, you know. We do our best on the videos. Of course it's going to be different when it's a session. It's one-on-one, we're addressing you, etc. But, like, you know, we can help you out. Don't suffer. And if you don't want to, peace and love, it's cool too. So, I mean, I still answer the emails and everything. It's just that sometimes I can see what they need, or I can see like, dude, just go this way. And it's, I think that when you book a session, it's, yeah, sure, there's an exchange, but it's also a commitment to self, because you're actually, you've been watching these videos, or you've been hearing this stuff, whatever it is, and it's like, I'm going to face it. I'm going to see what my stuff is. So it's not always, about cash or about, I don't know if I want that, or is it it's not so much about that. It's sometimes about, are you ready to fucking step up? Are you really ready to do this shit? Because it's fucking hard. And when I say it's hard to leave that matrix behind. We're so dependent on it.
Yeah.
Indeed. I was doing this stuff.
The real leap.
I was doing this stuff on abundance with Johnny. And what was interesting was I realised how much, we've talked about this abundance thing before with, how they've hijacked our abundance. But it's like when you sit and you go, okay, now I'm going to need this, this and this. And so you're in there and you're doing your manifesting or whatever the fuck it is. It's like if you're sitting in this organic space and wanting the organic timeline, why do we then look to the matrix to provide for us? So it's kind of like get the feeling of what you want. So if you want the bike, hello, secret. If you want the bike, it's what is it about the bike you want? Is it the freedom? Is it the transport? Is it the exercise? Whatever it is, feel that. And then let the organic timeline deliver it. Mm-hmm. Not only will it be bigger, better, whatever, it's come from that, so it doesn't have that whole debt attachment, money matrix fucking crap with it, right? And it's getting you to learn that you can manifest for yourself. See, we're creating this whole thing, right? At the moment, we think we need that to create, or we've only known how to create through that. This is about unlearning and relearning or remembering or whatever the fuck you want to say, how we used to roll, or our natural organic way of rolling. You ended the lesson.
Good lesson.
But you dig it?
I dig it. I like the idea, and it continues to be something that I'm exploring, is the feeling behind things. Because, for instance, number one, money, for instance, wanting more abundance, that's the biggest.
Yeah, but
it's one of the
that's your worst thing. You just did it straight away. Money
no.
in the same sentence.
I know. So I'm working on that. So when I actually go into I am.
Are you trying?
No, I'm doing.
Look, even if you're doing this much, you're doing, right? If you're trying this much and getting nowhere. So you're doing, girlfriend. You're doing.
Yeah, I guess I'm bringing it up in terms of like as an example, right?
Right.
I relearning that abundance is not necessarily the moolah. Abundance is the feeling of, fulfillment and the idea that everything is enough. Exactly. I get enough. Yeah.
But it's not just everything. It's your friends, the abundance of communication and sharing and knowing there's someone there for you. That's abundance.
Yeah. Yes.
Knowing that there's produce, knowing you can go to your store or grow your own, whatever it is you're doing, but it's coming you. It's not always outside of.
Totally. And even 4D commerce as well. 4D commerce is becoming really appealing to me.
The new black.
And it's the idea that, you get benefits and you get things that come to you that are not necessarily...
Would you like to define the 4D so people know what we're talking about, Dolls?
The 4D?
Well, 4D, what's 4D commerce? What the fuck's that? Where's that bank?
Okay, well, more 4D commerce. Okay, so now I have to define it for myself. The way that I experience 4D commerce is that I may get it as if in exchange with something, I might get something in return that I actually needed, whether it's a realization of something, or I get, free movie tickets or something like that, or I get something that is whatever, missing in the life, but I get it in a way that is completely necessary. So it's not like a direct exchange of services or money. that's how I define 4D commerce.
Cool. Nice, tick. Lovely. You weren't doing anything wrong. Bit of confidence.
Okay, good. I was just like going, fuck that up.
Look, it's like, I suppose it's like a pay it forward. I don't really know. I never saw the movie, but I know the concept. I mean, it's really like, you know, sometimes, you know, the exchange is uneven and it can even up through 4D commerce. So things like that, you know, it's like if you hold space for an even exchange, it will come to you in whatever way essence is dealing.
Yeah.
Or receiving.
Yeah.
Okay, back to definitions. So we've done Mu. So we're talking about Mu is the essence of Mu, all her dimensions of self, and that's what we're connecting with. When we talk about Ra, here's a good one. It is not a person. Thank you, boys. It is not a person. Think of Ra as the original creator codes, the energy, the essence of creation. I mean, all I can say is when you make the connection with Ra, words shrink. Words appear.
They cannot define,
you know,
that.
And everybody who, as soon as you get it, goes like this. And it's like it's connecting you to the original source codes. So when we're invoking it within ourselves, we're invoking our original codes, our original DNA, I believe is the new thing I've been hearing on the net, along with the word fuckery, which is amusing the shit out of me. Anyway, I forgot what I was fucking saying. I was all up on fuckery.
Talking about Ra.
Oh, talking about Ra.
You know, that old chestnut.
So when we do Ramu Tet, what we're actually doing is we're in we're in a symbiosis experience of our sitting in our essence with Mu and with Ra. And let's put that in your smoke and smoke it because it's fucking good. All right. We're just doing terms. We're not telling you everything because, you know, we've only got a certain amount of time on this internet. So then we're talking about the sun. What is the sun?
It is it's Mu's soul star externalised. I think it's a really, really great way that you put it. Yeah.
Total. And it is. It is. And the more you feel into Mu, the more you'll know it. See, I mean, I get this whole gig as frequency. We're just a consciousness. And frequency can be turned into the matrix, the organic time, whatever it is, organic and time, that's kind of like a paradox. But, you know, whatever it is. But it's like, I forgot what I was going to say. All right, so let's go back to this. So the sun moves, yes, it's all her codes and Ra's codes, information streaming. Because from the sun, we get light. What is light with a capital L? Information. So it's the codes that Mu holds, and she's giving it to you in another way. It's really her, if you want to think of it this way, Ra is her essence.
Oh, that's a really lovely way of doing that. Oh, I love that.
All right, well, I just had my own Harry Met Sally moment. We'll get back to you.
You're just like, yeah.
All right.